Hey y'all. Let me see. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Hey, can y'all hear us? Oh,
Yes.
We live, y'all.
Mm-mm.
Welcome to Lucid Conversations, y'all. We are talking about black love. What happened to it? Where is it going wrong? What question did I say I was gonna ask y'all?
why is there such a disconnect
Why
between
is there such a
black men
disconnect?
and black women?
Why is there such a disconnect between black men and black women? Our grandmothers was married for a million years, y'all.
That's true.
30 and 40 and 50 years. What's happening to marriages now?
I think it goes back to what we spoke about before about back in the day there was a need.
Talk a little louder, me. Or do I need to turn up the volume?
I don't know
Over here.
because I have the headphones and the microphone. This is weird. What's up, Manny Fresh?
Okay, I can.
Okay, you guys can hear me okay?
Yes, you
Okay,
sound
so what
perfect.
I was saying, oh, that does sound good. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so what I was saying was, I think that back in the day, there was a need. Relationships created um, a need for financial stability, security, um, the structure and the dynamic of the household. It was defined by roles. It was defined by gender roles. We knew what, I don't want to say our place was, but that was kind of the mindset. The woman was the homemaker. She took care of the kids. She handled, the other things. And while the husband went out and he went to work and he was the provider. So the dynamics of the relationships back then were different because there was a need. Now things are completely different where we feel as though there isn't a need, whether it's not a need for financial security, a need for connection with other people. We seem to have adopted this mindset that we don't need anyone. And there's a song by Ari Lennox. I can't think of which one it is right now, but when she says, I need people. And I think about that
Yep.
often because we need people, and that's just the reality of it. You to be isolated, it's just crazy. But I think that because we have now adapted this mindset that we don't need each other, again, going back to a need, that's the reason why there's such a disconnect. And until we understand or have an understanding that we do need people and start seeing people differently, we won't ever be able to, in my opinion, break through that.
What do you all think is stopping us from getting to that point? Is it a self problem or is it an everybody else problem? Do we need to work on self to figure out why it's not working, or it's nothing wrong with self and everybody else is need to figure it out?
It's both. You need to work on you. Other people need to also work on them. It's an everyone problem.
So if everyone is working on self, why isn't relationships help? Why aren't relationships more healthy?
Because everyone is not working on self.
So it can't be both then.
It's self.
It's got to be self.
I think everyone needs to work on themselves. So I guess, yeah.
Right, it's self.
Essentially boils down to it. Okay, I can see your point.
And because no one is working on self, there will never be no balance.
There will never be a
There,
balance.
yeah.
And there will always be a blame placed
Exactly.
on it's his fault or it's her fault. Because no one is going to take accountability for their own fault.
Right. Right.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
I want to hear everything you got to say.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. Chiba.
In you all's last relationship, your most recent relationship, whatever it was, who would you say fault it was why it ended?
Her fault,
And why do you say it was her fault?
because she didn't have an understanding of how I love my family.
And how long did you all stay together?
5 years.
And so, and when did you realize that she didn't appreciate the love that you had for your family?
It was there in the beginning, but
But
I
you
didn't
still
pay-
stayed with her for 5 years.
sure did because.
So it's not her fault anymore.
Oh, it was still her fault though.
So, but where's your accountability?
My accountability, stand there, but it was still her fault.
So what exactly did she do?
Plain and simple. My brother passed away, and she wasn't there. Period. It was okay. This is what happened. Friday. I'm just giving a date. It's no particular time. It was a Friday. I'm at work. I get a phone call. Your brother just passed away. I call my boss. I get off my route. I call her. Tell her I'm on my way. I'm going home. My brother just passed. He's down at Nap. She said, okay, I'll meet you at the house. She meet me at the house. Change my clothes, get a bag, we go down to Nap. We get down to Nap. Go to my brother's crib, see him, get his body out. Go to my other brother's house where my stepmom is, and we take care of all of that, go through all of that. Now it's about 11, 12 o'clock at night. She comes to me and say, I got to work in the morning. So I'm like, you going to go back? What you going to do? You can take the car and leave. I'm not leaving. I'm staying here. She was like, I got to go to work. So I was like, all right. Said nothing else. I said, get in the car. Took her home, dropped off, turned around, went back to Nap. And from that point, about 6 months later, we broke up. It in a nutshell. From that one incident.
I can't hear you, Lee. Why can't? Here, sorry.
He said that the relationship ended. And I said from that incident. And he
Yeah.
said yes. But there was a 6-month period from when that incident happened to the end. So I just want to
We had things that we were vested in our relationship at that point. 5 years in, you have a lot of invested stuff that you've done together, family-wise, material-wise. So, yeah, it took a minute for us to get all of that squared away.
So
Go ahead,
sorry.
either one.
Wait, I
So-
can't hear.
Oh, definitely.
I just
yes.
I just had a question.
Mhm.
Sorry. So I wanted to have an understanding. So to kind of summarize it, you lost your brother, which I'm very sorry about your brother.
Very, very.
Yeah, and she wasn't as attentive to and sympathetic to the situation that had happened as you would have liked for her.
It
to
would have been real simple. Bae, I got to go to work the next day. I can't go down with you. I can't do this. Let me know when you get down there. Would have been a whole lot easier. Down there, take care of my brother and the family. Nothing. Easy. But for you to get down there, and then I got to go to work, all that type of stuff. Come on now.
Well,
Why? You could have said that when we was 3 hours away.
So I'm just gonna I like to give a different perspective. So sometimes
There's no other perspective that I can see at this
Well,
point because we
I
had 3
just-
hours to drive down and you could have said something.
could it be viewed that maybe, just maybe, I'm only asking, because you lost your brother that day and you had to go to, she maybe just wanted to be there with you for that day in that moment. Like, do you think that maybe it was difficult for her to communicate to you at that time, hey, I got to work or whatever, knowing that you had just lost your brother? Could that have been a possibility?
Could have, but in a relationship that we had where we talked about everything and we didn't, shy around nothing, nah.
Had you guys in your relationship ever dealt with a death of this magnitude?
Yeah, her brother.
Okay. Was that difficult for you to communicate with her during that time? Because
No.
I can even know that when Darlene lost her dad, and her being one of my very closest friends, my sister, it was still hard for me to find the right words to say to her. So I might not have responded how Darlene wanted me or needed me to respond, but she knows my heart and she knows that I'm there for her,
I was
to be there with
understandable. I was there. I was there for her, her daughter, her son, her mother, her brother's wife, their kid. I was there.
So let me
No,
ask
nothing, no problems. But I didn't look as for that when that happened to me because I wasn't ever thinking about, oh, this is gonna happen to me. So, yeah.
But-
No, that's just me. I was there because we were in a relationship. That's us together.
So sometimes we talk about, and I'm only just, of course, playing the devil's advocate here.
Understandable.
But sometimes we talk about expecting a you in another person.
Nah,
And that's a hard thing because,
that's why we're individuals, and I
but the
understand
one
that.
thing that you did say was what you did for her when she went through it. So I think
Never
that
ex- nope.
kind of leads
Nope.
to
Never
or
expected.
alludes to the fact.
Never expected anything to come out of that like that. That's just me being there for my woman. I didn't look at, okay, I did this for your brother, you ain't do this for my. No, I didn't do that. That wasn't nowhere at all in my mind. The fact of you had ample time to just sit up there and be like, babe, look, I got to work in the morning. Or, babe, I got to work in the morning. Let's go down here, take care of this, and you can go back tomorrow. Anything. Because we had an open dialogue in our relationship where we could talk like that. But for her not to do it, of course, done deal.
So you are still hurting.
What? I'm always going to hurt. That was my little brother.
Of course the brother. I'm talking about from the relationship that you had with her. You are still hurting.
I expected more out of her with that. But, life is what life is.
So we can move on. I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So during the 5 years that you both were together, did she show you that she was a non-compassionate or non-empathetic person?
No. She just, it was just the family values, that's all. Her family values were different from mine, but yet we knew how to talk and work through those family values.
I'm going to just say this and we can move on.
Yeah.
Genuinely great people are hard to come by. And if you have a genuinely good person that may have made a mistake or didn't do something the way that we may think they should have did it, I don't think, and I'm just speaking from my own experience, cutting a person off completely and hurting because you cut them off because they didn't respond the way that you felt that they should respond may be a little bit, tiny bit overreacting on your part because it sounds like you still love her. And if you still love her, then you go get her. Because let me tell you something. How I know you still love her because you immediately on the defensive every time somebody says something that doesn't agree with what you want them to feel.
No, I do. I'm not gonna lie. When I give my heart, I give my heart. Me and her, yeah, we still talk because our families are bond because we had family dinners and all of that together. So yeah, but as for a relationship with her, nah, that ain't gonna happen. But yet, yeah, we still talk. I talk to her daughter. I talk to her mother. They talk to me. Yeah, because that's just how I am. I'm a family person. Family first always.
And so, do you think that now moving forward, do you think you are ready for another relationship?
Of course. That wasn't something that's gonna deter me from being in a relationship.
So, not deter you, but emotionally ready for another situation when you're not over a situation. That's what I'm at. That's why I'm asking that.
I'm not over my first love, but yet I still know how to love and be like, that's not gonna happen. Oh,
Jackie, get
yeah,
the
she's
mic.
very clear on how I felt and the whole situation because I
Jackie, ask
explained it
that
to her.
again. I'm sorry, we didn't hear you.
I was asking if she was clear about to me that sounded like a standard or a goal or something that she should have been aware, like common sense, this I don't tolerate, or something like this, or something that she maybe should have been aware of, so that she wouldn't have put her foot in her mouth or in a roundabout way.
She
that-
understood how I love family, and
It's like something didn't click for her then, that
No,
she would say, hey, I need to go to work, although I'm sorry we made a way out here, but hey, I gotta go. I mean, that it doesn't make sense to me, but
it
I
didn't
think-
make sense to me either.
I think I would have had to, like, where's your reasoning, where's your rationale, I would have to question some
At
things
that-
before I would have, like,
At that
we
point,
need to
I
end
really,
this.
yeah, I really didn't. At that point, I really was like, okay,
Right,
you're,
so
you're
your
just
mind-
going to be insensitive to this situation. So
Your mind was in that place in that moment. Her mind was in another place in the moment. So it was a disconnect
and,
between the two.
and
you
6
two.
months later, it was still a disconnect.
So it was, I'll say it was a carryover onto other things that, caused a ripple effect for you. Is that kind of how?
No, it was
Just
still
that
that. It was just that one situation. That was the biggest red
So
flag
if
in
she
the
had
world.
cheated on you, would that be worse than what this situation,
Oh,
or
no,
is
uh-uh.
equally?
Great question.
No. She could have cheated on me. I would have been like, oh, really? That's
Would
what
you
it,
get
that's what
back
we
with
on?
her?
Probably not. But it wouldn't have been as bad as my brother. No,
Okay. Okay.
I think, Manny Fresh, what we, the ladies, are all collectively trying to maybe say is that we do see that you still have feelings for this woman. We can see it in your body language, your emotions, just how you
All of
speak
that.
about it. And we're trying to get you to say, or to maybe see it in a different lens, that for this mistake, could we have worked through that for the sake of, like Darlene said, when you find a great person? Because great people are hard to come by.
Okay, then. That's
Let me.
then it's
What is you that you?
Can I-
That was your brother. Like my mom passed.
Wait, give her the mic, please.
No, let me just ask this really quick question, because I think I missed a part. So you said you found out your brother died, and then what happened after that again?
I called my boss. I
Right.
told him, hey, my brother just died. Get somebody over here to get me because I'm on my way back to the garage because I'm going down to nap.
Right.
Then I called her and I told her my brother passed away and I'm on my way to the crib. She was like, okay, I'll meet you there.
Okay. Go ahead. And she said,
Once we got to the crib, I was like, I'm going down to nap. I'm about to get my bag and, got in the car and went down to nap.
okay. So I'm gonna get my bag and everything. Was she under the impression that you all was spending the night out there, or was she thinking
that
you
was
all
the-
was coming home the
No,
same
that
night?
was the conversation. Hey,
So y'all
we
had the
going-
conversation, or did you say you was getting your bag?
I'm getting my bag. We going down to nap. I'm getting ready to go take care of my brother and the family.
So she knew
she
y'all
was
was
like,
spending the night.
okay, yeah.
She
all right.
had packed her clothes.
She
She
said
packed her clothes
she
too.
went and got her bag and
Okay.
put it in. I put everything in the car. And we drove down there.
Got it. Okay.
That's-
Okay.
I don't. While I was getting my stuff, she was getting her stuff. I was on the phone.
So
with
there's
my-
no rectifying this situation
Oh, no,
right
that's
here.
not- no,
so
it-
let's move on to another situation. Okay.
Done and
Okay.
done. It's over.
So-
It's over. We
So
can't-
that's one relationship that's we can't use as the 40 and 50-year-old long-term relationship like our grandparents. That's down the drain.
I would love to have that though.
Well, you could have it.
Married and not in that situation.
And so you really think you ready for another situation? We done spent 9 hours on a situation that you don't even care about.
But what? Yes, I am very. I can. Be, what you mean? If she the right woman?
Let me
yeah.
tell you something. When
What
you
you
are
talking
over
about? Hold up,
someone,
let me get
when
my-
you
let me
are
get my-
ready,
Let me get my voice higher.
let me hear.
Yes, I am ready for another situation.
I don't know, man. I think I don't know. I'm gonna come back to my thoughts.
I don't know either, but I do want to say this. I guess this also speaks to, you know how men, we often say, like, if a woman does something, men have, zero tolerance of certain things. And as women, we will give the benefit of the doubt because we will try to think rationally. So, like, that's another topic in itself. Like, you know how we think differently. Like, men are, it's black and white and it's cut and dry sometimes.
But
and
this don't even seem like a thing.
I know, but here's the thing. In his mind, it's a thing. It was a thing that was a zero tolerance type of thing, and he completely cut her off because of that. But four of us have all came up with a different rationalization to try to get him to see a different point of view, and he still says nope.
That's
nope,
because
nope.
he is still in love with her, and he does not want to acknowledge to himself.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I still love her, but I'm not in love with her. That's the difference.
Okay, but how did we get on this situation then? I thought we was trying to rectify relationships.
The question that you asked was your last relationship that ended, basically who was at fault?
Right.
And that was the question. And
Right.
he said that it was his girlfriend was at fault. And then he went and told us this story. And then 9 hours later, we're here.
And that's why I asked if because it was her fault, which clearly Manny got some isolation time that he needs to take.
Why y'all putting baby in? Why y'all putting baby in the corner for something that somebody else did? I don't understand that.
Because you ready and you ready to get into. You think you are ready for another situation when you are not over a situation. And
I
that is
know
why, no,
I am
listen,
ready
listen,
for another
listen,
situation,
listen,
and I don't have to be over another one because I know
But you
that's not the
do,
same baggage
because-
I'm taking into the new one.
But that's the problem with relationships. They're not really relationships. We're taking trauma and baggage from one situation to another, and they're for real called trauma bonds.
Did you not hear what I said? I'm not taking her baggage into my
But
new
you're not
relationship.
over her, Manny. Right,
And
because
it's
you
not-
immediately blame
And that's
her.
not no, because I'm not. I'm just gonna say it didn't work out, and if you want to keep talking about it, and then that's when I'll sit up and tell you, hey, okay, this is really what happened,
Nah, see.
and then what you mean?
Nah, no, sir, Manny.
What you mean? No, you're saying. So you're telling me. Hold on. You're telling me I can't sit up here and tell you, being honest about how I feel about a situation.
If
So
I'm
you
somebody
know
that
my
you
head.
really
You know
dating-
my thoughts. To the point where you could just tell me that you're walking wrong. But this is how I've been walking all my life.
So, but wait now. So a woman, let's say you start dating a woman, right?
Yes.
Next week you meet somebody and you all start dating.
Like last week. Go ahead.
Okay. And she
I'm listening.
she asks you
Mm-hmm.
about your situation. You're going to go into detail and tell her.
No, I'm not. I'm going to tell her, hey, it was rough. We're not together. You know, that's nothing to talk about. It was just a bad situation.
I can't hear you, Jackie. If you got to talk, you got to get the mic.
I'm saying, now, what if she came to him You know, she was interested in him, and she still was holding on. Like you say you're over your ex, but you still love her. Okay, I'm over my ex, but I still love him. And I'm like, I'm telling you, man, he was so good to me, and he treated me so good. And I wish
I'm gonna stop you and be like, well, then he's not me. I'm an
So
individual.
would you be
I'm by
open
myself.
to still dating me
Of
if I was
course I
telling-
will, because we're getting to know each other. It's called getting to an understanding.
Ooh.
So once you get to an understanding with somebody, then that how everything else opens.
Nah.
But I'm hurting from the other situation. You
Then-
okay with my hurt?
That's you hurting. That's not me hurting. That's not us hurting while we're trying to get to know each other. So
But it is. You
what?
can't.
Yes,
I'm
you
hurting,
can.
and I'm like, I'm still
So
trying.
then,
I-
so then
So
that's
I'm
that's you
hurting.
not trying to get out of your situation. I'm good with
But
who
you're
I
hurting,
am and out of mine.
But you're hurting, but I don't know because you're not saying that you are. You're not
Because
even,
I'm
you're
not
even-
hurting.
You're not. But you just when you're missing your love. The
No,
love
I didn't say I missed her.
Okay, you were
I didn't
in
say any of that.
love
Y'all
with this
said that. Y'all said
woman.
that I am.
You was in
I
love
said
with
I
this
still
woman.
love her. Yes,
Right,
I
so
do.
if I don't know
I
that-
still love her mother. I still love her kids.
So do I need to know that if I'm gonna date you?
What? Why not? I will tell. I'm an open book. I will tell you.
The ref is
Right.
blowing the whistle.
I'm just saying.
Okay, moving right along. Darlene, I think that
But
we
I
should,
was that just goes back. That just goes back to the point I was trying to make about relationships not lasting and people not getting along with each other because everybody is projecting the hurt that they have onto the next person, and instead of just taking some time to sit with self and acknowledge your own pain and unpack your own bags, you ready to jump in somebody else's life with that
Manny
baggage.
Fresh over here.
That's
Time out.
My baggage ain't even in the storage. What you talking about? I don't have any. I'm not even bringing
and
a
then
book
you
bag
in
to the next
denial
relationship.
about it.
And then she gonna say I'm in denial. It ain't nothing but a river. Like the Mississippi. What? I'm not in denial.
No, but it's okay though. We just want you to love who you love and be for real about your love. That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
So that the young lady, I know she's not watching, but if she was, what? She already know this. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. I don't have anything to hide. What? I'm too
Oh,
grown to sit up
man.
I'm
here
gonna
and
start
be like,
wearing my striped shirt up in here.
Well, all that extra.
Ref blew the whistle.
I didn't know what that meant. You gotta talk out loud. You know.
Let's wrap it up.
I thought it was some
There was a whistle.
That's
channel news that come on and say,
you gotta do better.
gotta do a different
Sheba, you gotta do the Dave
Next
Chappelle.
time you gotta tell
Wrap
me
it
what
up,
that
G.
means.
Wrap it
He's
up,
sitting
G.
here. He's sitting here holding his phone to me. I don't know what it is.
No, I wasn't holding you. I was trying to get to the mic.
You should have said
Oh,
my
well,
boy.
why you ain't tell me? You
should-
should have just said, I
you
need to
shoulda
get
said,
to
my
the
boy,
mic.
give me the mic.
That's all he got to say.
I'm silent.
Yeah, my boy, right.
For real.
My goodness. Okay. Next question.
I got a topic. Ooh.
Let's hear it.
Oh, no.
Say it in the mic.
Don't do it. Don't do that
Yeah,
topic.
do it.
No, do it.
Do it.
You talk about the one about Trump.
I swear, he is a good friend.
What?
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it. No, it's not. It's not proper right now. Okay. Next question.
I thought you had a question.
No, he said don't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. No,
What
it's not
is
proper.
your? This was a question Nidra had earlier. What is the craziest crash out that you've ever had, like a spaz out? You know how y'all say y'all love crazy, like
Yeah. So
Crazy attract crazy.
So, like, has a woman ever busted out your windows? Has a woman ever slashed your tire? What was the craziest crash out that you've experienced? And then the lady's question was, what was the craziest crash out that we've ever done?
My baby mama climbed through my bathroom window before.
Wow.
on the first floor?
Yeah, on the first floor.
Did you know she was coming?
No, I did not.
Did you have company?
I had my sons, and company was on their way over,
And she came in your house?
right through the window.
Wait a minute.
That's when I started picking up the guns. I'm a card carrying holder. And that was the beginning.
Dang.
Yeah, that was the wildest thing that ever happened.
Tasha.
That's not really wild. I need to hear
I don't
something
know.
else.
I
Tell me
don't-
something else,
I don't
man.
have nothing
I
wild.
want to hear something.
I don't have nothing
You're the
wild.
company of mild mannered.
I am. I
Man, these women ain't mild, man.
I mean, like, we don't play, but I don't have nothing wild that I had to
yeah.
go to that extreme.
I've
to that
never bust out
extreme to-
windows. I've never
That's
slit
not my company.
tires.
You never called
Yeah.
the police and both of y'all went to jail?
Nope.
See them?
Nope. We might be toxic.
I
said
don't call the
said-
We
police
might be
now.
toxic in other ways, though, Tasha.
Well, I haven't had no.
Yeah, none of
I
that.
might have called the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get into it with
Oh,
your
no,
man, you
yeah,
know
no.
that. But as far
Yeah,
as
police
Yeah.
on
Well,
you.
you know what? I did. Okay.
What you
I
do?
did say that earlier. I stole
Oh,
on
wow.
2 guys. I did. I stole on 2 guys before. But I was very
Stole
young.
on, stole on?
Stole on.
Not no smack, just stole
No,
on.
like stole on.
That's good.
No, that's not. I was very young, and by the grace of God, I'm thankful that neither one of them did anything
Was that
back
the
to
same
me.
time?
These were 2 different people. 2 different people. Sorry.
only
I
thing
was very
used to
young.
do.
I was very
I,
young. I
I
had a
think I
temper.
probably used to tab my house. I used to do some stupid. I used to tab my house.
When you got angry.
So you would like to put the holes in the walls
I
and
used to tab.
that Virgo. That's that crazy
Yeah.
Virgo. Yeah.
Here we go. I
You
used to.
a Virgo too?
Riots.
But that ain't nothing but that ain't nothing but
He's an Aquarius.
that's deep rooted anger. That's deep rooted anger. You know what I'm saying? When I
Jackie,
look
what's
back
wrong
on
with you?
that, that's all that was.
Taurus.
I knew violence. I'm just
When you
Earlier today when we was talking to Jackie,
my
was like,
ex-husband.
oh,
he
I
did.
didn't-
You
I
know, but
didn't
it wasn't
that
holes
about
in the
you.
wall like that. I used to. It wasn't.
what was the worst thing
I
that you
probably
did when
beat
you
the
got
beat the
angry?
ironing board, flip the table.
Oh my
I
God,
did-
Tasha, I can see that,
I was-
Tasha. I can see that. I can see that.
I'm so glad I'm not like that. I promise you.
It's the-
Cause that, and when you get like that with somebody,
It's
y'all
time to
don't
go.
need to be together.
It's time to
You
go.
not carry that baggage into your next relationship like somebody
Y'all
said.
don't need to be together.
No, for real though, man. That's the
So
thing.
that's why it's
That's the
self.
thing. Yes.
It's self. Breakups is because of self.
Yeah.
It's because of what we allow. It's what it's what we allow, who we are. We not 100% who we need to be feminine. He's not 100% masculine. So here it is. If you're not 100, it's no balance.
Yeah.
It's no balance for the simple fact we don't even know who we are.
We don't know who we are.
So we don't know who we are. We trying to get with this person. Seriously. Because once you become self-aware and at peace, you're not gonna deal with nobody that's going through that's still what you say was hurt. What was you saying? Would you deal with me if I was hurt? Talking about you're not gonna deal with that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
It's
you're
a
not even going
difference.
to attract that.
But
You're not.
It's
but
a difference.
It is.
we were speaking in today's world. Today's world, the energy is a whole lot different now.
Today's world,
yeah,
yesterday's world,
no,
it's the
yesterday's
same.
world,
Example.
yesterday's
Give me
world,
an example of-
energy was totally different. The upbringing was totally different. Today's world and energy is so off balance right now. Everything's out of line. So we can't look at that the past, today, and the future the same way because the energies are just totally different right now. So
What's
that
with
energy is retarded today. You can't even chastise somebody else's kids right now without probably getting into a shootout. So that energy is totally different now. If everybody's raised wrong in my eyes. So me saying that, yes, I still love that person, and you saying that you used to do that, that means we've grown and our energies are totally different now. So yes, we will not attract those people at this time of our life. But then, yes, we were attracting that type of energy.
But I think
It just dawned on me. that.
How did we? Okay.
Because I thought we was talking. So isn't this the healing part? We're talking about the healing part of it, right?
Because the energy is different. I'm talking about self. What about because their energy different is making yours different?
No, my energy gonna stay
Okay
the same.
then. So what
Mine's gonna be what I've grown to come into myself as.
So what I'm saying, I think what I was saying, when you at peace and self-aware, I mean just peace. You don't deal with the nonsense. You just you good. You understand. You empathetic with people. You get it. You don't take everything personal. However, you're not gonna allow nonsense in your space. You will recognize that just like that. You will recognize it. So how do you allow that in your space when you straight, when you good, when you at peace?
You might have that person where
Well, from what I see, he has a love for that woman. Not that he still loves her.
I'm not even talking about his relationship.
His self, his soul, his.
I'm not talking about his. I'm
He has
talking.
gained his peace. From what I'm saying, you are at your peace now.
with that situation,
That's
yes.
what I'm understanding now.
Yeah, with that situation, but getting you may be at peace like I am now, and I might see a ratchet chick over there, and I'm like, she's still cute though. Go holler at her, and her conversation might be something that intrigues me, where I want to get to know her better. So, me and her talking, her being ratchet and me being who I am, calm, laid back, that might not gel together. So therefore, in our conversations to get to know each other to the point of understanding one another, then we might be able to go to that next step. Just be what? That's not what I like. At that moment, that's what attracted me to her, because I've seen her over there. She was being ratchet, but I'm like, she's still cute. That outer figure got me, but yeah, she's still over there being ratchet. So I want to know what's more into that. But I might be in another situation where I'm just walking on the beach or walking in the mall and see another young lady and want to talk to her and try to, see what she's about. But it's just that the way the world is right now, you cannot tell or, just basically the alien's not here and all we got is women.
I get you.
Aliens out here. Damn, we see that on TV today.
Well, the most wretched thing I did. This is one of them. The guy, found out the guy was cheating with another girl. She calls me, and I was like, you know what? Let's get together and kick his. Let's get together.
You could say
And
curse
she
words.
said, "Yeah, let's get together." I was like, "Where you want to meet? Where you want to meet to get him?" She ends up calling him and telling him that I want to hurt him, and I was like, "What the heck?" So that was fun. I thought we was together.
Have y'all ever approached the other
Good.
woman?
Right? She
No.
told him.
Huh?
He was going
Nope.
out on me.
Never.
Jackie, have you?
I've never
Have you
approached the other
ever
woman.
approached the other woman?
That situation I told you all about, I wanted to meet her. I didn't have like ill feelings. I just wanted to meet this woman, to see what made him think that after 20 years this woman was still the woman for him, that he felt that he should end our relationship to be with this woman he supposedly ain't spending 20 years that he still had feelings for. I wanted to see, it wasn't no high school sweetheart. I wanted to meet this woman, have that Notebook moment, when Allie and Allie, what's the Notebook?
I've
Okay,
never
and
seen that
Notebook.
I want to jump in real quick. One of the viewers said, Deion Hunter said, on the real, people whole attitudes are fucked up, basically, men and women. Y'all agree with that?
I think, yes, to a certain extent, like the outlook and the perspective of people's views are fucked up. So it's like a different level, a layer of what Dion said.
And also, if you don't see that if you don't see love, or if you don't see what a relationship looks like, then you go into life not really knowing, I guess, what your role should be, how a relationship might look like, what you should do to maintain that relationship, you know, because all I saw was violence, you know. So am I supposed to project violence? Am I supposed to receive violence? I mean, how do I supposed to, you know, approach a relationship when I don't have the tools?
Oh, that's
You know,
powerful,
and that's
Jackie.
that's the part. Like I don't want to sit there and cry. Like, you know, you go through all these. I go through all these relationships, and I'm like, where does it end? Where is the one person that fits what I'm looking for, or do I even know what I'm looking for? That's another question, you know, because I never seen, you know, what a true relationship, true entanglement or whatever looks like. You know, I just
Wow,
been going
Jackie.
through the flows and the ebbs and the flows and the ebbs, and you know, and at almost 60, I'm still trying to figure it out. So where's my true Romeo? I don't know.
That's some powerful vulnerability right there.
Yeah.
And that is
He's an
exactly
alien.
what Lucid is all about. That is powerful, Jackie, and I appreciate you
Thank you.
That's
so
being
real.
that
sweet.
open.
That's real.
Because
That's
if
real.
everybody would acknowledge that fact, you know, we don't know what love looks like. And if we don't know what it looks like, how we loving people?
Yep. Yep.
So it's a whole lot of questions that we need to answer before we start getting into relationships, having children,
Yep.
creating more trauma bonds,
Yep.
needing the validation that we didn't get as a child.
Yep. Cause my mom never hugged me. I'm not gonna say never. I don't remember. I can't remember. The last time my mom hugged me was when I graduated in 1994 from Chicago State. And prior to that, I don't remember any hugs.
Wow. And the fact that
So-
you remembered that.
And that just really bothered me, you know. And then when I had my son, I had a hard time loving my son because I didn't know. I felt like I had not received that, you know. So my sisters, they were so loving to him, and then my mother, she loved him. It seemed like she loved him more than she loved me. And I was,
hear
and
that a
that
lot.
bothered me, you know, like that she was so loving to him and just giving to him, and I'm like looking like, what do you give that to me, you know? But
That is an
I was
entire
so glad that
conversation.
my son he was loved so much, you know, and I couldn't at first give it to him like I would have wanted to, but I think now our relationship is so much better. But at first I was afraid to love him, afraid to, you know, I just did the motions, change the diaper, put him asleep, give him his bottle, give him his passy, go to work, you know, just doing the daily. You know, and it's like I'm glad now we have such a special relationship. It's tender, it's sweet. We can talk about just about anything, you know. And I appreciate that, you know. But you know, it's back then. I think people, when those situations where love was deep, our people were being tortured. You know, we were going through all type of hell. We had to depend on each other to, you know, we had to have something to hold on to. You know. We had to find that strength in each other to make it through all the hell we was going through, you know? So now it's like, we going more drugs, we drinking more, we doing, you know, to pacify whatever it is we're missing, we're pacifying it, you know, instead of depending on one another for that love and
Give Jackie
support.
a hug. Dion said, give Jackie a hug.
Yeah.
Dion, come and give me a hug, man.
You know, she's speaking some major facts, but
Very much.
just as you're speaking, and I'm sitting here thinking, when you talked about how when we were going through through slavery, and that's how we all stuck together and the love and things like that. Now and I'm not speaking this or whatever, and I don't want to take this down a political circle, but with the way things could possibly go, we don't know what's to come about. I've heard things, dictatorship, all types of things like that. I wonder, would whatever is about to come be what brings us together closer as a race and as a culture, and just get us back on track for us, because there was a sense of togetherness when our ancestors were going through a struggle. There were some that were the Uncle Toms, if you will, but for the most part, we all stuck together. women, there was a sense of sisterhood and togetherness where we looked out for one another. Right now, it is so hard and difficult to just find somebody that is truly, truly genuine and has your best interests, at heart. We hate each other as a culture, as a race, as just it's so disheartening when I walk into a place and there's a black man and he doesn't speak to me or acknowledge me as a black woman. And it doesn't matter how I present myself or whatever day to day, whether I look ratchet with pink hair or whatever. However, still as a black woman and he's a black man, he should always greet me just like I would greet him. But even when I go to the gym, a lot of brothers don't even speak, and it's disheartening. But I wonder if whatever it is that we are about to embark upon, if that is going to be something that may bring us back closer together and get us back on track. You just never know.
Wait, Jackie, I can't hear you.
Like when we had that whole riot issue with the killings, the I'm sorry, I can't think of the black men that were killed names. My memory's always not so good. But we had a moment when we were together, and then it just stopped. It was a missing piece that couldn't hold that cohesiveness together. It's like we supported each other, we marched, then it just stopped. It's like it just stopped.
So
it's like that movement, like when Dr. King's and the Malcolm X's
And the Million Man March.
and where's that strength? Even that was even kind of phased out. But when King was doing it, when it was like, where's that movement? It's like we don't have a leader. We don't have a person just to keep us
feel that,
moving and
Jackie.
feeling that there's a purpose to live. There's a purpose to love. There's a purpose to your life. Where is that?
That's powerful because where is it?
I mean, because every day I ask myself, why am I here? Even I taught for 20 years in the Chicago public school system. I still don't feel like that was my purpose. Why am I here? What am I living for? What is my goal? Why, I'm still trying to find that, until I don't even have a peace inside me, And it's like, I guess the people that, when they were marching and doing that, they felt something. That recently did the marching, they felt something. They needed to feel something that they hadn't been seen, they hadn't been heard. And this march was an awakening in them to, feel something that they've been missing or thought they've been missing,
So, just to touch base on one thing, that what you were speaking about, like the reason why the togetherness came but didn't stay is because this level of what we're going to embark on, even though that affected us all on different levels, this is impactful for some people from a financial, from a living, from an everyday, day to day. Unfortunately, when a tragic situation happens, like the George Floyds and all of those type of situations, we get angry, we get hurt, but it's like a temporary grief.
A temporary.
This type of situation, which we don't know, and it's the unknown that's driving us batshit crazy, but this is impactful on all levels because it's going to impact so many different people in different ways, and it's possibly sustainable. When something like this, when a tragedy like that happens, it happens because it's in our eye, it's in our face, and we're hurt and we feel that, and it's impactful in a different way. But this is impactful on like so many different levels. It's like there's nothing on the scale that it won't touch.
But isn't that a time to stand up and march and get out there?
Which is why
and
I
be
say
strong
it
and
could
try
bring
to
us closer together because it's a different commonality. But right now, with everything that's happening, the uncertainty, we're really lost right now.
But
What has marching done for us? Where has it got us?
yeah, that's a great question because what is we doing? What I
I look at it as, okay, when our mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers were marching, okay, that was that time for them to do that. When it came to the next generation and generation after that, we have to change our battle tactics at going at things. I don't think marching is the solution. If they're gonna bring fire hoses and dogs, we need to have fire hoses, dogs, and bow and arrows. Once they do fire, once they up the game, we gotta up it up too.
But if
I just look at it to the point where the only way that black people coming together, we have to come together individually, meaning men and women separately, then men and women together, and then we go at everybody financially. That'll be the best way to attack any and everybody that's coming at us if we was to look at something on a global stage to do so.
But wouldn't that be not per se, not what you're saying, but just the after effect? Why aren't we more proactive than reactive? We react to situations, but we don't try to prevent situations.
I just, the religion is killing our culture at this point. When it comes to something like that, it's I believe it's taught us to be docile and to not to go to that next point, and not jumping out and being active and proactive to it.
It's the ignorance aspect that is hurting us the most. The lack of intentional lack of knowledge is hurting us. I don't want to say that we put ourselves in situations, but I feel like we put ourselves in situations and then we complain about being in the situation.
I can see that. Let's have a moment of silence for everybody that didn't understand that. For the people in the top that didn't understand what just happened. Message.
Man, y'all.
We create our own problems.
We do.
We create them.
Every single time.
We our
And then
biggest
we
problem
get-
and we our biggest solution. It's nobody else.
And then we get so angry.
Yeah.
Angry at somebody else pointing that fact out.
Yeah,
You know, just acknowledge the
Yeah.
fact.
we create.
And
it.
let's see how we can uncreate it.
Because some people, I just had this conversation yesterday. Some people will argue you down about a point that you know makes no sense just to prove a point. And it's just it's crazy, and we're just gonna ride it through to the end. I don't know. And that's the mindset that we have.
That is a kind of like a trigger for me.
It is.
That is.
It is. I literally
Yeah,
had a
no.
conversation with someone, and everything that I was saying made sense. And I ran it by another person just to confirm whether or not it did make sense. And I just let it go because I said it made sense. And I knew it made sense. But some people will argue you down about it, and you just be like, okay.
Did you Google it or TikTok it?
I need it.
Google
I
or
need
TikTok.
it.
What? That's what everybody go by. Google and
I-
TikTok.
I need it.
See?
So Dion
And-
said, so when we were talking about what does marching do, Dion says marching gave the perception of unity.
It definitely did.
It gave a sense of pride. Okay.
So Tasha said,
So
On that, we even feel some sense about it. We weren't even there. We still feel something from that moment.
I love seeing a lot of black people in the same place, speaking and smiling and being happy. That's a beautiful thing.
I
That speech, you see a whole crowd of people listen to this one
I just had
It just feels like power.
Right. Even
You
though it may
know,
not
it,
be.
yeah.
It just
Felt. something.
yes.
I just had a conversation with a
Oh, that's
relative.
what I want to ask. Hold on.
I just had a conversation with a relative yesterday, and we were talking about relocating. And she lives in another state, and she was talking to me about moving to that state. And as we were talking, I was telling her certain areas that I would feel comfortable in because it's in the South. And I said to her, I have to be in an area where there's a fair amount of us. I have to be around a representation of us. My daughter has to go to a school that represents us. I'm not saying that it cannot be culturally diverse. It's just that in the area that I'm in now, it is a culturally diverse area. So there's still a fair amount of representation of us. And my relative could not understand that. And that she said that, that really doesn't matter. And I told her that here in Illinois, we experience racism, but there's a different level of racism that we experience versus what's in the South and what's still going on in the South. So therefore, I have to feel safer around my own, and I have to know and trust that that I am safer with me and people that are representative of me than I can be with anyone else. So I still have to have faith and hope in us. I'm hoping that we will get back on track and that whatever it is to come will bring forth a togetherness. But to kind of piggyback off of what Manny said, there is a dynamic that it needs to follow. It does need to be the men that unite amongst each other first, the women unite amongst each other next, and then the men and the women need to unite. But we just don't have that kind of time, so we need to figure some things out fast.
So let me go back to
Let the
that's
niggas get
powerful.
started.
Powerful need. Let me go back to a question I asked the other day about what makes a woman feel safe. And that's not the question that I want to talk about. I want to talk about one of the comments from one of the men. He asked me, why don't I ever ask about a man's emotional state? So first I want to say, whenever I post, my posts are not gender specific. We all go through the same shit. But certain situations involve the man, certain situations involve the female. But there is never an unbalance of our emotions matter more just because I'm a woman. No, women are fucked up too. So now what was I getting ready to ask? Oh, he said, why don't we ever ask about a man's emotional stability? So I asked the question. The person that asked me to ask the question never even responded. And it's not surprising because a lot of men, they're suffering in silence and they don't want to talk about it out loud. But I want the men to understand this is a safe place. We know women, we more fucked up than y'all think. We not dumb to the fact. We not ignorant to the fact. Yeah. We know that trauma comes from us. So we don't want you to suffer in silence because that's only hurtful to yourself and it's only hurtful to anybody that you get into a situation
I'm going
with.
to say it's hurtful to us later because you didn't heal and you moved on to the next situation or whatever it is when you still need to work through whatever it is.
Yes.
Why you look at me when you said that? What?
Because Manny
Just
Fresh,
because
you
I could-
are the man in the
Just
room
because
today.
I could, no.
Yeah,
You are the man.
Chiba,
No,
Chiba
Sonny-
over there.
But Chiba is behind
But
the scenes.
that-
You are.
I was behind the
Stay over
scenes
here,
too
low
till y'all
key.
brought me over here. Y'all set me up and said she was gonna sit
Manny
there, and
Fresh.
then I had to sit there.
Manny
So I was
Fresh,
like,
you know-
man, let's
you
just
know
go
you like
ahead and
sitting
just
next
be
to
over
me,
here.
Manny Fresh.
I didn't say I didn't. I did not say I didn't.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I
Okay,
love a
all
pat on the back.
All right now.
Watch out now.
Did y'all go out there and eat some more food? Y'all know when we here,
She just
We
trying to
got
get
food.
us drunk,
we
and
got tequila. We got, what was that drink?
1738.
1738.
We got peach cobbler.
Say it loud again, y'all.
Peach cobbler.
They
got
got
ice
weed.
cream. We got?
Called
We
leafy lettuce. It's called leafy lettuce, Manny
It's
Fresh.
called
leafy lettuce.
leafy lettuce. Can I have some greens? No, I'm just playing.
You want it?
No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Y'all not gonna have me down here under the table feeling like I'm in Debo's chicken coop.
What is
So,
what? Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, going back to the question that you asked.
Yeah, come on. What? Let's hear it.
Nah, I got to hear it again because
What-
we
what
got
did
off
I
topic.
ask?
See?
me.
Exactly. It didn't
What
mean
was it?
nothing. It didn't mean
It did, but
nothing.
you know, I write down my every thought because I forget. So,
Why you don't ask the men or if
oh,
yeah.
that
No.
that question.
yeah.
Me personally, I do open up when I'm with that person that I love. I open up to that person. I open up to my fellas because they're my brothers.
I know, I like that.
But I do it. That don't mean everybody else do it because we're individuals. But me personally, yeah, I do because I know once I get it off my chest, I'm going back to the happy-spirited person that I am, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's just me. Anybody else, I don't know. I can't answer for them because I'm not going to answer for another man except for my kids, my two sons, until they get of age where they have to answer for themselves. That's just me, though. And I'm sober, Chiba.
Well, pour you another drink.
What, you don't know? You don't know?
You seem so compassionate and open right there,
Go get me.
but I still don't understand how you could be so closed in that situation, though. Like you just said, how you are expressive and open
Because
with your boys, with your emotions, with your,
Me
with
and
your
her-
lady, with your this, with your that.
me and her had an open relationship like that where we can talk. So she already knew how I felt about my family,
I guess
how I felt
still,
about family, period.
So let me just say something. And okay, last year I had 5 deaths back to back in our family. I had an uncle who passed away one day and an aunt who passed away the very next day. And in the midst of that, my mother lost all of her siblings she's the only living sibling. And we had experienced other deaths. My mom's best friend died. It was just, 2023 was just very, very rough for me and my family. While going through that, people that loved me, that I know loved me, may not have handled that level of grief that I was experiencing in a way that maybe I felt that it gave me whatever I needed. I wasn't even able to verbalize what it was that I needed while going through a grief period. And I guess what I'm just basically trying to say is that sometimes when a person that you love or a person that you are with is going through something like that, you don't know exactly what to say. Because the people that I know love me, like I said, I didn't know what I needed, but I just knew that I needed something. And maybe they didn't say what I needed them to say, but sometimes they may not know what to say.
Were they there next to you, going through it with you?
That doesn't matter.
What you mean it doesn't matter? They didn't know what to say, but if they were there with you, they didn't have to say anything because they're there with you.
But
Because they didn't know what to say, they may have known what to do by just being there.
But the thing is that when you are going through something such as that, sometimes to measure the level of comfort that a person provides for you is always going to be off kilter because you are going through a grieving period. So she could give you, let's just say, if we were to quantify it, hypothetically, just for the sake of this discussion, she can give you 95%. You require 90, but how is that measured? And that may be her 100%, but that may only be 90 to you. When a person is going through grief,
There's no measurement when
you don't.
there's
I'm saying, what if she gave you what she could?
right, but
and she didn't know
but
what
there-
else to give or
but-
how to give.
But there was for speaking on my side, on my behalf of what my situation was, she had opportunity to talk and discuss that with me because that's how our relationship was.
Would
could-
you have been open to it because you
I
were
would-
already so upset and
I was
hurt?
already, I was there. I was there. But for that person that I love and I'm in bed with at night, I don't go to sleep angry with her because that's not how our relationship was. Yes, you can open up your mouth and say, hey, even if I wasn't thinking like, oh, she got to go to work, because I know I'm not going to work. But if she wanted to go to work and couldn't handle it, she could have opened her mouth and said that. Alleviates everything. Okay, fine, babe. All right. We'll talk once I get back, or we'll talk once I get down there. No problem. That's understanding and dialogue that we had between us. So, yeah. Still, at the end of the day, it's not going to change because she did not open her mouth or she did not express that and it's somewhere else. But you're my partner. You're the one that's supposed to, okay, if I'm going the wrong way, hey, babe, look, you just missed the turn. You're going the wrong way. Oh, my bad. Let me get back on track. That's what we had.
Maybe she.
It's been about 2 years now, I think, give or take, somewhere around there. I don't keep up anymore. I didn't got to another place where I don't
Now wait
look
a minute.
at time
now.
and all of
Maybe
that type
she
stuff.
thought you were a
Because
strong man, and that, and a part of her had to check out because she didn't know how to deal with your situation. I'm just throwing something out there because I've done that before. Like I couldn't deal with I couldn't deal when my mom was flipping out when her sister passed. I couldn't even deal with her. I had to step out the room. I didn't know how to even. I couldn't hug her. I didn't know how to deal with her. She was flipping out. Sister passed because of COVID, and I just walked out the room like deal with your problem and whatever, because I didn't know how to deal with that. But I don't know what the level of love and what you all had and how you dealt with situations like this. But maybe for her, like you said, it was her. She had to pull away. She had to get away. It was something she couldn't deal with.
I just explained that
I
we
know.
had an open conversation on everything that we talked about.
but-
That's how we talk.
Okay,
But
we
she probably was
understand.
dealing with something else you didn't
but we
know.
understand that relationship is not going to work. So how we get back here?
Because we have the dialogue that we're going through is
Right,
because
but-
that's how we're because I'm the only man in the situation today.
Right, but listen, we don't want to keep.
Sheba.
The more we keep talking about it, the more I'm gonna keep asking questions, and the more it may
But
make
you can
the
keep asking.
situation uncomfortable. And
It's-
why we still talking about
it's
a
not
situation,
uncomfortable
it
to
don't
me.
Matter. It don't matter.
It-
This ain't lively.
It's not what you mean. I'm not uncomfortable with it.
Talking about an ex that he don't want no more.
What? Y'all just trying to get
Right.
an understanding in my head.
Oh, your ex, Jackie, you was not just talking.
You didn't explain your whole ex situation.
We were talking
exes?
about doing toxic shit. What's some toxic shit that you didn't did in a relationship?
Right, and
or
she-
what's your most toxic shit? Your crazy
Right.
crash out. Y'all talking about love. Is anybody in love in
But
here?
but a crazy crash out with somebody slicing your tires, beating up on their walls. That's toxic love. Somebody climbing through your window. That's toxic love. What?
But y'all like that though. So
Who? Y'all like it too?
I don't know if
Shoot
I
up my house.
Oh my goodness! I will say the two guys that I stole on.
Wait, give
still-
Jackie the mic. Give Jackie the mic.
What you say, Jackie?
Jackie.
I was so mad at that. I wanted to piss on his car, scratch his window, break the windows out, throw some shit through the. My son had to stop me. My son is like, "Mom, please don't do that." I would get up at 6 in the morning so I could catch him to see the woman. So I literally want to do some harm. I was so angry, and I've never been like that to feel that. I was like seriously hurting.
I
Like
don't
what
know, Jackie.
am I
Wait, Jackie,
doing
I don't know if you don't never feel that. It's about the third story
wait.
now.
But
I would like my son. I
wanna
would tell my
know,
son to go over there and kill him for me, please. And Ishmael was
what
like,
did he do to get you to that
I
point,
was
Jackie? Like
oh
what?
my God.
What was the level of
that
love?
man loved me like Jill Scott. He loves me from my head to my toes, my skin. Yes. Yes.
I need to understand.
That kind of love.
I mean, Diddy,
Where's
like
that kind of
Diddy,
love?
y'all was together for a year, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see no type of sign.
No, we were together every single day. Her dad would like, hey, how y'all doing? He was like,
Who dad? Her dad.
he would see us and he'd be like so proud of us because every single
Oh,
day he would
okay.
see us leaving and go every single day. Every single day.
Where y'all meet at?
Private.
You said what?
It's private. Private.
Online?
Private.
At the church?
Private.
At J&J?
Private.
Private mean we can't talk about it.
But she paused on J&J's though.
It was like,
'Cause I don't wanna go
it was a breath of fresh air, you know? And it was a whirlwind. It was exciting. I mean, we would like go to the lake. It was freezing cold and be outside having a picnic. Just enjoying
That sounds
each
so
other.
Sexy though.
Not outside,
We would be
though.
outside with
That
our
sounds
shirts
sexy.
on the ground, chilling,
hat on.
enjoying the freezing cold. And
Yeah.
just all type, just crazy, magnificent,
blowing
wonderful.
Jackie back out.
That's what it is.
He was blowing Jackie back
Period.
out.
And still today, I say he still pays my acupuncture treatment. I mean, it was just such a
He was giving
whimsical.
you some good acupuncture.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, so, and then like you were saying, him still paying for that. Maybe that's an attachment he's trying to hold on to. But I mean, I mean that's something I strive to have again, something like that. But I know I need to work on myself, so that I won't be so taken aback if it should end. I'll be okay with it ending. Excuse me. No, I don't. So I've had to reload myself to realize when something ends, it's over. I can't go beat the person up to understand why you don't want to be with no more. I can't. It's over. When it's over, it's over.
So Jackie, it's going to be real. It's going to be kind of easy for you to heal because
Over here.
you got the dynamics already.
Here, brother. So it's just a matter of growth. We all just have to have that growth.
Yep.
And like I'm saying, I'm almost hitting 60, and it's just you still go through the changes and the love, the hate, and whatever,
They say dating. I'm hearing.
And then it's getting even harder as you
yeah,
get older.
As you get older. Yeah.
Yeah, so and I told myself my mom when she stopped dating my crazy father, and it was 1985. She was not with another man ever. So she was 1985. My mom died last year. She was 84. She was not with another man. I might start crying, but because she realized the power of her own strength. I have these kids. I'm their mother. I'm going to do for them what I need to do. And I guess she realized she didn't need men. She got into the Bible every single day. She would read the Bible. I don't know if that was her. That was what she did. I don't do that, but that's what she did for her strength, her soul, whatever. That's what she did. That kept her sane. And even after losing my sister who was shot and killed and my brother, she somehow just still maintained a strength, that I don't think I have, Will I ever have it? Will I find something that will give me that strength that she had? And she's from that time period when she picked cotton, and she lived with her. She was the oldest of 20 siblings. She's the oldest. So she worked hard, was not educated, but she had something that I don't seem to have. I wish I had. She was a Virgo like you. But I just wish, I wish I had whatever it is. She that gunked and umped or whatever. She just had it. She was a little small woman, but she had it.
What stopped you from going gremlin after the dude then? Since
What?
you don't have it.
You think it's over?
Well,
I'm thinking she
Welcome to
told
Lucid
me to
Conversation,
stop
y'all.
the money.
And all this time, I thought Jackie was so quiet.
and she thought y'all was the ratchet ones.
I never thought that about you. And I I figure you out. Other than that, yeah, thank you. I'm okay. I'm glad I met you all and
Do you
we
carry a
having
gun?
these conversations. Do I need to?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. 'Cause
My son tell me, no, mommy. No, mommy.
You don't have one?
Well, it's one on the table right now in my house.
Oh, shit. Is,
Okay.
is you legal to
You ready?
carry that one?
Somebody's illegal.
I just hope, as we sit here and talk that, I'm glad you invited me and, that we get something from each other and learn something that's useful. Just sitting here talking has released a lot of stress on me. Like I said, my mom passed last year. The week after that, on 9/11, I was in a horrific car accident. Our neighbor was in the car. Unfortunately, my mind was just going. I had been going back and forth to the hospital with my mom. I was tired. I was exhausted. And I still felt the need to go to the alderman's office like I would do every Monday just to get my life back on track. And it was in a horrific car accident. And you never know that you're not going to make it back home. And I was
Man,
luckily
Jackie.
that nobody, even though I ran the red light, it was accidental. No one died that day. I hit a senior citizen, 5-car crash. I mean,
Wow.
so...
Jackie.
And I've been reeling with this since last year. I've been feeling bad, stressed out, just trying to function, trying to cope. And it's like, you wonder, how do we, how did our people back then make it do all the stuff that they went through, And it's just hard, And then you do hope to find someone you can share life with and be compassionate with and love on and be, that person understands you for who you are and understands your hurt, your pain, and tries to show compassion and be supportive and be there through your ups and downs, like he's saying, You should know I need you right now. You should know I'm going through this. Step up. Be that person that I have chosen you to be in my life. Support me, Fuck your job. Be with me. Be there to support me. And listen, So... I can understand what he's saying, but then, again, we have to put our thing on it and try to well, why? But why?
But let me
And
say this.
there doesn't always have to be a why. It's what it is. But didn't do.
But
This
Jackie,
didn't happen.
Jackie,
What?
the difference between what you just did and what Manny did is communication. You
He
said
said he communicated with her.
he said if I heard him right, he assumed that she knew
I never
that
made
they
no
were
assumption.
going to spend the night. They
I
didn't
never
have-
made no assumption.
I didn't hear you say.
I didn't-
hear. Listen, hold on a
I
second.
did not
I
say
didn't
it
hear
until-
You say, I didn't hear you out
You
loud
asked,
tell
right?
her,
Yeah.
I want you with me. I need you right now. I am going through something. I need you by my side. I did not hear you tell her that.
First of all, you shouldn't have to tell a person that you need them when there's a death in the family. They're automatically needed, especially if y'all go to sleep together, wake up together, living your life together. You shouldn't have. If the dog died and you knew how that person was with that dog, hey, that person is upset about the dog passing. Being there for that person. You shouldn't have to open your mouth. If you have to open your mouth and say that, guess what? You shouldn't be in that relationship.
And it's good you being more expressive about it, because when you first presented it, it was like you were kind of painting that it's her fault. But
Because
now
that was
it's
the
like,
question. That was the answer.
right, so we gave more elaboration and you've expounded on it. Now I see
'cause
your
y'all asked about
perspective. I see your point. I see more clearly what you mean and why you did what you did.
So Manning, you both were together for 5 years. She never gave you any type of signs that, and that's her first time letting you down like that?
Yep. And last time.
She
Because
never gave
hurt
you any type
people
of
hurt
signs.
people.
Nope.
So how is her dynamics with her family?
With her mother, and her kids, real good. But the rest of her family is spread out.
Right. Okay.
And she only has well, now one other sibling. Unlike me, I got shit 17, and they spread out all over the country. So I understood it was different for me than it was for her. But then in the same breath, if you already know how I feel about family, you should understand if one of them die, because you know we on the phone all the time, we visiting each other, one of them die, I'm hurt. And for you still to go back to pull something like that, come on now.
I'm
But
still
to
lost
say-
on the pull something like what? I'm still lost on that.
Because to say that she's loving and compassionate towards her family
And then
and
to
towards
feel-
others and
Yes.
towards
And my family.
and wait. That so add that to it. But also you said that in the 5 years you never saw anything different in her. You never saw that. So nothing would say to you that this was a something is going on, something else is happening. This is the one time, like for
Maybe
that
she
one
ex-
time,
yeah.
if you've never seen
So
this type of, and then wait,
Mhm.
you said that if she cheated, you said that you didn't say this answer was definitive. It was a definitive no for what she did.
I
But if
probably
she
wouldn't
cheated,
have acted the
you
same
said
way.
You probably.
Yeah, I
So
probably
the
wouldn't have, 'cause
cheating is
that-
forgivable, and
I
that's
didn't say it was forgivable. I just said I probably wouldn't have acted the same way. Never said it was forgivable.
But the fact that there's still a margin of grace in a situation such as that.
Because each
And what we're
situation is
saying-
different.
But what we're saying is that if she's never exemplified that type of behavior at any other time in the 5 years, you've never seen anything like that, and you said you're out of your mouth that she was loving and compassionate with her family, and loving and compassionate with your family, and loving and compassionate with others, and then this one particular situation happened, it couldn't be that maybe, and you said she lost her brother too. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to do.
So once again, opening your mouth and talking so that we could have an understanding
Exactly.
is what should have been said.
Exactly.
So therefore, since she didn't do that, while we were getting ready,
Neither did you,
on a
though,
2.5
Manny.
hour ride down, nothing was said.
But neither did you, man.
Neither did I did what?
But he was hurting.
Neither did I do what?
He didn't know what to do. He's like, my brother, you were in a panic.
I
You
did
was
not
in
do
a
what?
shock.
You did not communicate your
How was I
needs
supposed
the
to-
same
how
way
was
you
I
wanted
supposed to
her
communicate?
her
How was I
needs
supposed to
you.
communicate?
He is communicating. His
What-
emotions are on his sleeve.
I'm on my way to the house. Her next word was, I'll be there too. We get to the house. We're going down to Indianapolis. I'm packing my bag. She started packing her bag. So now, dialogue is still going. We're still talking. Get in the car. We on our way. Music playing while we're going down. Nothing else is said till we get down there. Nothing else was said either. She could have, all that time, she could have said, hey, babe, I feel I need to go to work because I can't handle this. I would have been like, cool, no problem. Either stay here or once we get down there, let me get all of this taken care of. Let me see what's going on. And you could take the car and go back. Or I could take you back.
Did she explain herself after you all had talked? Like why she did what she did?
No, nothing.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm about to believe you. Always
No, don't go now.
Did you ask her? Like so
After everything
So-
was over,
so she came to you
between
that
that
night?
last 6 months,
she
yeah, I
came
asked.
she came to you that night and said, I'm ready to go, I gotta go to work.
Jackie, wait.
Yeah, she was like,
20 more
I'm ready to
minutes.
go
You ain't
home.
gotta go nowhere.
So
Yeah.
within that time, nothing has transpired like for that shift to happen like that, because that's like a shift. You never seen a shift like that? I mean,
Nothing.
wow, 5 years.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Well, and I'm glad she showed her true side then, because guess what?
Would y'all say
Not
that
here.
sometimes in situations, whether they're friendship, familyship, or significant other, would you all say that sometimes we project our hate and our anger and our frustration on other people Because would y'all also agree that sometimes what they do may not be that bad, but because we feel so fucked up inside, anything they do will be fucked up because we fucked up.
At one point, I used to do that, but nah, not anymore. And
Wait,
that
you
was-
don't do what?
Act like that. I get upset, and everybody around me, I put that off on them, and nah, that was years ago. Hadn't even known myself yet. Now, nah, that's too much stress. I don't need all of that.
So would you say that you are healed 100%?
From what? From her?
From anything? Are you 100% healed where you know how to balance each situation? You know how to recognize you being a problem in situations.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I know when I'm the problem. And I don't mind sitting up there admitting when I'm the problem.
So tell me this, just since this is a lucid conversations environment, what would you say your levels of toxicity are?
Didn't we have this conversation?
I don't remember what you said. I want to see if it matched.
my level of craziness or toxicity?
No, your level of your baggage. When I say toxicity, I mean something that you know is wrong with you, and you know that you are the problem, and you're working to fix it.
Oh, I'm working to fix myself every day.
I need specifics.
I don't have no
What-
specific thing it might be something tomorrow that I'm with somebody and they be like, nigga, that's crazy. And
So let me give you some examples of what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Would you say you are defensive? Would you say you are controlling? Would you say you are jealous? Would you say you are you angry? You carry this angry and combative, a procrastinator.
all different situations. Depends on who's around me. Depends on what's going on. Yeah,
Which one?
all of them. Depending on the situation or who's around or what's going on. All of them.
Damn. I like it. He said what?
I said I'm all of them, depending on combative. But it depends on who's around or what's going on. Well, I'm just saying.
But are you able with having all of them? Are you able to have self-control of it?
Yes.
Well, the one thing
That's
one
all
thing
you got.
Darlene said was, so toxic traits, and you're working on them. So you're working on all of those?
Of course, everybody has to. Yes, I'm working on all of those.
But do you
because
think that
I know that.
But do
To
you
be
think,
able to unpack all of the, I don't.
What you mean?
and still think that you're ready to be in a relationship is
That's
crazy.
a lie.
What?
That's a lie.
That's what. That's exactly. That's what you.
No, baby. No.
You're not.
If
You're
I
not-
No, listen.
Self-monitor myself every day.
You're
No,
not.
Wait, let's reflect.
Hold on. Wait.
I
You're
said
not.
We're not actively out here
saying-
seeking. We're still working
We're
on.
still right. We're not looking to be
I'm
with
not.
anybody.
I'm not actively seeking. But if that person walks in front of me, and she sees me, and comes to me, what I'm gonna do? Nah, babe, I'm sitting over
I'm
here.
not ready
I'm
for
trying
a
to get
relationship.
myself in order.
Yeah.
And she beautiful. No,
That's
because
exactly
you
what
never
you
know.
say.
That energy might help you out.
And
That
that's
might
exactly
be that
why
person.
these
That might
relationships ain't
that might
working
be
and
that
people
person
signing
that
prenups and getting DNA tests.
no, because all of that has to come to an understanding. That is what getting to know a person comes to an understanding.
Because she's cute.
You're not confused. Again, like I said, I can't wait till the aliens get
But
here.
even if they are the one, if you're not ready for them, you'll
How do
you'll
you know you're not
mismanage
ready
the
for
one
'em?
that you're given.
How do you know you're not? You'll never be ready for nobody then. Nobody will never be ready for nobody.
Okay. So let's just give an example. Okay, giving an example. If your toxic trait is controlling, right? If that's your toxic trait, and you haven't worked on that, you say that you're working on it, but you know that is a major thing. So now you meet this love of your life that you feel as though is this person, and you're saying that if they are your person, you never know. If you haven't worked on that, you'll lose that person.
You
Because
might not
that
be controlling over that person.
you are a controlling person. It doesn't mean that means that
You
you're
might not be-
masking the behavior.
But you might
That
no,
means that
no,
you're
it doesn't.
masking it.
No, it doesn't. You might not be controlling over that person. You might be controlling over you at work, and you just got to be in control. You might not take that control home.
So
tell
You
is
might
it
not
fair-
take that
okay,
control
wait,
out in the world.
Hold on. Hold on. There are different levels of control. I'm a controlling person. I know that that's my toxic trait. I'm a leader at work. I'm a leader on the head of my household. I have controlling tendencies. It doesn't change because of one person and
Yes,
this,
it
that, and
does.
the other. I'm still controlling.
Yes, it does.
I may not control that person in the type of force that maybe I would control somebody who reports to me at work, one of my direct reports, but because that's a problem that's within me and that's my issue, that means that I just handle that person differently and I may control them in a different way. It still doesn't change my behavior.
And at the end of
And
the
if
day,
you able-
you're as an individual, yes, that's yours. Just
And
because I said all of those and I'm not controlling, depending on if this woman is this way with me, I don't have to control her because there's no need to control her.
But
That's
is there a
changing the
need to control anybody?
Yes, you may need to control some people.
But
Yes.
Not a person you're in
But-
a relationship
but wait,
with. There's no
wait,
need to
wait,
control
wait.
that person.
You never know.
Wait,
that you never know.
Because now we getting to the bottom of things.
You never know.
wait.
But I'm not gonna be in a relationship where I gotta sit up there and be like, yo, look here. XYZ and no, I don't need all of that.
So
Why do we have to go to a commercial
Go to
break?
commercial break.
commercial break.
Right, I ain't even-
break, y'all.
last time I was here, we ain't had no commercial. What? We doing commercials? She moving like she about to go to commercial.
Oh, well, because I thought y'all was for real.
Why?
Because I thought shit.
Y'all said it get heated in here. Y'all invited
Are
me.
we
I
ready
got
for
on
the
black
heat?
with
We,
the
as
light.
long as you ready for the heat. 'cause
I'm
we gonna
here for the second
like
time, and I'm the only man here, so
And
I'm
we
in the
love
hot
it
seat.
too, Manny. We love it. Because you for real the only man.
What?
Well, except for a few others that I knew could be here if they didn't have responsibility. But
I don't have
I
no
don't know. Men be
responsibilities now.
afraid
I'm
to come in
respons-
this room.
For what? This the only way we gonna get to where we need to get if we sit up
Exactly.
here and talk about it, and all us together.
Hey.
Now she late, and she brought company.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, y'all done missed all the good topics. Let's rewind.
Oh, we definitely finna rewind. Because I just forgot my question. What was I getting ready to ask?
Nothing.
y'all? Yeah, because he said, right, why do you need to control a
Because she
person?
might not want to eat soup with a spoon, and she want to eat it with a knife.
So instead of just letting her go on a corner and eat with what she want to eat with, why do you feel like you need to change it?
Because that's not proper.
According to who? According to who?
The English world.
Wait a minute.
What?
That just means that she's not for you. That-
That's what I already had said. Why, if I gotta control her, why I gotta be with her? I'm not gonna be with her if I gotta control her like that. That's not my.
So we're going to
Stick.
write that control, and that's one of his toxic traits he still need to work on.
How is that
Okay?
toxic?
That's toxic.
Then in
as
that
fuck.
case, I'm about to control this whole conversation.
Come on, Dan.
2 mics.
And so what about possessive? Do you feel like you need to be possessive over a woman?
Just like the dog is crying. That's how possessive I am over a woman. It depends. If we in love like that and we living together, of course I'm gonna be possessive. Just like she should be
Can
possessive
she
with me.
go out and party with her friends?
Yes, she can.
And she can go on girls' trips?
Maybe. Depending on where them girls' trips are. Because I know some of them girls' trips because I've been on some.
You went on a girls' trip or you was the guy on the girls' trip?
I went on some girls' trips.
And what?
And what happened?
Huh? I was that dude in the other room.
So because of what you have done, you gonna think
What you mean?
Yeah.
What I have done?
Right, because-
blame the women too, because they
Listen.
wouldn't have invited me unless they
I-
wanted.
I understand what you're saying.
So
Listen,
that's
listen,
what-
listen,
let's
listen. Because what you have done with a girl on a girl's trip, you think your new lady is gonna do the same thing.
No,
what
I
you
do.
experience.
No, I do not
You said
think
it all
it depends
depends.
on where she goes.
What you mean? Is she still going on a girl's trip?
She might go on a girl's trip to all naked Cancun. No, you ain't going on that.
Why she can't go?
Why?
But it's
It's
still
all
her,
naked
though. It doesn't.
Cancun. I don't trust those guys.
But you trust
I
her,
might
though?
trust her, but I don't trust those guys on the trips.
But if you
Nah.
trust her,
What you mean?
then it
Because I
wouldn't
don't trust
matter where
those
she
guys.
goes.
It does.
If you trust her,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who's there in front of her.
I don't trust the other people.
Then you don't trust her.
I don't know if she's weak or not because we're speaking hypothetically. So I don't know this hypothetical woman doing that. so
So
no,
you don't trust the other people. What you think the other people gonna do?
I don't know because I know what I did.
So you just making up some stuff. You just going off your own little fairy tale,
No, but
and you gonna put it
y'all
on your new lady.
No, I'm not.
Manny is
But
going
at the end
down
of the day-
that rabbit hole, how I said, to prove
What?
the point.
What
gonna
point
keep
are you
going
proving?
back and forth with you. Now it's
Y'all
a
asking
hypothetical
me-
woman, and now it's
No,
a scenario.
because y'all-
all of it's hypothetical. We're
Y'all
just
are
making up-
asking me, as me, because I can't speak for anybody else, about these situations. And I gave it to you, and I'm telling you, as me, what I would do because of.
And we are listening to every word.
So,
So now we know
if
you
it's
are controlling
hypothetical,
and possessive.
I told you I was all of them. I
And
never
right,
said
we
I
just-
wasn't.
well, we just getting to
But I
understand
said
it
in
'cause I'm
every
learning something
situation it's
tonight.
different. Depending on who it is, what situation I am in.
Referee, blow the whistle.
Why? There's no more whistle.
You blowing the whistle any other time.
Right.
One thing I'm gonna say, Manny, I like the fact that you admitting that it's a lot going on with you.
Yeah, that's
It's a
shame.
lot.
I
It's
love
a,
that he
it's,
admits
it's a
that.
Yes, it
lot.
is.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I like to hit.
He is so late.
When I get the mic. Don't
He
do that
is
when I get
so
the mic.
late.
You know I ain't even been doing all that talking tonight.
He is so
Don't do
late.
it. You bought that mic on purpose because you thought I was gonna be doing all that talking. Don't do that when I get the mic.
For real.
Don't do that when I get the mic. He's saving Manny. He's saving Manny.
Saving me
And
from
walked
what?
around the block,
I
down
don't-
the street, through
this
the
is-
water,
this is
over the
cool
bridge.
with me.
And you didn't let Manny do all of this. The minute we get to talking, now you blow the whistle.
Cause he not over there talking. I'm the only man in the room.
This is good. This is good. This is good. I like this.
I got enough on my plate too, but I don't
I
mind,
love
you
it.
know,
I love it that
eating and
Manny,
having some more to eat.
I love it that Manny
I
has
love a buffet.
come on to the podcast full of women.
Yes,
And
that's powerful.
he's like number one. I'm on here with all of these women, and he's definitely not gonna side with whatever we say.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. No, but honestly, I was like that because I really hadn't talked about my brother's situation in a long time, and that just got me. So I just had to
Hey, we
get it
love
out again.
And ain't nothing
That's all
wrong
that
with
was.
it. Now go get you some food and pour you another drink, cause I like it better when you're drunk.
You don't have enough brown liquor right now.
I really do though. Did you check the bar?
You don't. The gremlin is already leaving. She done already said. She said. She says, boy, she had a gun and she was pee on the car. Oh my goodness. She couldn't wait for him to come out so she can bust his windows. I'm trying to figure out how she was gonna piss in the gas tank.
Did she leave? Did Jackie leave?
Cause that's how she was acting.
That's
She
who
was
you
like
was
she was
talking to?
pissing. She said she was pissing on the car.
Is that why she left?
No, that's not why she left. No, yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
She left.
Yeah, she said bye a long time ago. Yeah. Oh,
Jackie, you leaving?
she said she was gonna piss on the car, bust the windows, start it. Are we going? Oh, so it's not an
Come on in
overtime
here,
today.
Jackie.
It's not an overtime today. What time do y'all normally end this?
Whenever y'all tell me y'all tired of talking. Okay, so thank y'all for being here. Seriously, thank you. So before I sign off, I want to remind you all about next Thursday, November 21st. We will be at the Naughty Cinema Sessions, Cinema Concepts,
And we want you to
Lucid
be there.
Conversations will be on the
Manny,
same
we want you there.
stage.
I'll rub your back.
Okay. Doors open at 6,
You gotta pay
y'all.
for those
Early
services.
arrival is suggested. Reserve your tickets on Eventbrite or Eventbrite. Eventbrite. All right, y'all.
Or y'all can call me and I'll get y'all in for a small fee.
Gotta give special shouts.
Manny
Special shout outs to this engineer next to me, Sonny Chiba. See,
Bye,
Jackie.
Jackie.
Jackie is the president of the Block Club.
Hey. Yes.
All right, y'all.
Jackie is funny.
Let me
Hilarious.
find this mouse so I can end this live real quick. Talk to y'all later.